Karuna Bhare Jai Sanaka Sanatana Vartita Charite Karuna Guru Mani Karuna Mani Jai Sanaka Sanatana Vartita Charite Jaya
चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीरूपानुगप्रवरं व्रजरसरसिकं च नारायणं तं प्रपन्नम्। श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रमणपृष्ठाय भूतले रूपानुगभक्तिदं च कृपामूर्ति नारायणम्। सेवकुञ्ज विजय रम्य गोवर्धना गिरो सदा राधाकुञ्ज रसानन्दे दत्तसेवा प्रदायकम्। गुरुं नारायणज्ञं तं वन्दे विनोदप्रष्टकम्। यत्पादस्मृतिमात्रेण नमोदार प्रसीदति। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीन अपराध लक्ष्य क्षिप्तस्य कामारितारङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भजामि राधाम् अरविन्दनेत्रां स्मरामि राधाम् मधुरास्मितास्यां वदामि राधां करुणाभरात्रां ततो मन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि। तवैवस्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वां नयमं चरणन्तिके। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I offer my sister Pranam, thousand times Lord Siddha Shri Karmaradatam Guru Pada Padma Mamishtabhar Satra Shri Srimad Bhakti Valanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev. Can I offer my sister Pranam, thousand times Lord Siddha Shri Rupana Gauri Guru Bhagavad. I offer my sister Pranam, thousand Vaishnava to Vishnu. Continuing reading from Siddhamada Rastagam, verse 8. नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्ति धाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायत विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो रनिकायाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्. Continuing from where we left off yesterday, Srila Param Gurudev annotation, explanation of the word Ras Leela. Generally, the statement Namo Anantalilaya is understood to mean I offer my obeisances exclusively to Anantalila Bhagavan, that Sri Krishna whose pastimes have no end. However, directing his attention towards Sri Satyavat Muni's inner intention and driven by his own personal bhav, Srila Sanatana Goswami has revealed the comprehensive meaning of the above phrase. He explains that the sage is actually offering his obeisances directly to Sri Ras Leela. The word Ananta means that which has no limit or end. Or in other words, eternal, unending, or innumerable. According to Sanskrit grammar, the word Leela is the singular fourth case of the word Leela, because it is conjuncted with Namaha. Because Leela is conjuncted with the word Namaha, it becomes Leelaya. The syllable li means to embrace, and la means to accept. Thus, the word Leela is understood that the sage is saying, I offer my obeisances to Rasa Leela and other pastimes in which Sri Krishna accepts the gopis' embraces. Leela means to accept the embrace. Krishna is accepting who? The gopis' embrace. And the gopis accepting Krishna's embrace. Therefore, in his above explanation, Srila Sanatana Goswami explained that Ananta Leelaya also refers to all of Sri Bhagavan's pastimes in Gokul. And thus it is understood that the sage is offering his obeisances to all of Sri Bhagavan's pastimes. In this way, Srila Sanatana Goswami has also made meaningful his own statement, Madhurena Samapayat, all should end sweetly. In English they have the same saying, all's well ends well. Right? So this is like the English version of this coming from where? This Madhurena Samapayat. Everything should end with sweetness. So when you take your prasad, then in the end what? Take some sweet. And then everything is very nice then. and with some sweetness. So this Satyavat Rishi, he's ending his prayers also with this sweetness. He's offering his prayers to what? This to Radhika and also to Krishna's Ras Leela. Here one more point must be carefully noted. In this final verse of Damodar Darshana, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad is informing us that although Sri Krishna's pastimes such as Ras Leela are the most exalted of all his Leelas, they are highly confidential and therefore not to be described directly. For this reason, Sri Satyavat Muni has offered his obeisances to such pastimes by just hinting at them. But by this it is clearly understood that it is completely improper to hear and sing Ras Leela here and there, wherever and whenever one pleases. In other words, if the listener has no faith, then what will happen? Then he will not be able to appreciate that Ras Leela. Then speaking into him, it will have no true benefit. It may even have an adverse effect. They may criticize. They may develop some inappropriate feelings, this and that. Some lust may come in the heart, whatever it may be. Therefore, according to one's adhikar, therefore I said that we created them, Raja Barobir, Inam Cha Vishnu, Shradhayam Mita Anusinayar, Ata Vartnayadva.
What's this?
So here he's saying that this Ras Leela should be spoken according to the adhikar of the person. If the person's adhikar is very small, then it's not that you cannot speak Ras Leela to them, but it has to be given in such a way they can accept it, digest it. Maybe they're only touching or mentioning, but still, according to the adhikar, one has to speak. So he is saying that because Satyavat Rishi, he himself did not openly speak about this Ras Leela, therefore, meaning is that we should also not openly present it here and there. Moreover, if on the pretense of eradicating their lust, unqualified persons contemplate or imitate Ras Leela, even if only within their minds, they will commit the offense of diminishing its honor and sanctifying, and it will surely become degraded. Therefore, one should not also imitate the pastimes of Krishna in the heart. Why Krishna is Leela Purushottam. He is performing pastimes for the happiness of all. Therefore, he is performing these pastimes and we honor these pastimes by hearing them and remembering them. You try to imitate, and Acharya says, okay, you want to imitate the Lord's pastimes, let's start with the churning of the milk ocean and Shiva drinking the poison. Let's see you drink some poison first. Let's start with that. Then we'll go on from there. So therefore, these pastimes are to be honored. And if you imitate, then their honor, their sanctity will be degraded. It's also like Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas also have to be properly respected and honored. And sometimes in our Guru Varga, sometimes people, because they lack Sambandha Gyan and they lack Tattva Gyan and they have not associated with Vaishnavas enough, they have not heard Harikatha, then they become easily confused. Chamatkar ko namaskar. Someone shows something astonishing, something extraordinary, something unusual, then they become bewildered. Oh, what is this? And they become intrigued, being attracted, and they cannot understand. Like some new devotee may come to the temple, maybe you did some past samskars. Devotee learns very quickly some nice Sanskrit, some nice shlokas, nice speaking ability. Like especially you can see, a common thing you see is when small children, they're born and then they show some devotional sentiments and they speak some shloka or anything. They dance in kirtan, then they go, oh, pure devotee, pure devotee. Oh, here's the next Acharya, here's Mahabhagavat, is that. Then by saying that, then what? Then you minimize the real Mahabhagavats, the Acharyas and the pure devotees. You shouldn't do like this. There's like so many so many children dancing in kirtan and showing so many devotional qualities. And then when they grow up, then where do they go? Where are they all now? They become materialists, they become Christian, Buddhist, Mayavadis, they become anything. They enter into samsara. This is not, we should not glorify conditioned souls with words that are reserved for our Mahabhagavats. And another thing that devotees they commonly do, oh, he is Shiksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, he is my Shiksha Guru, this one my Shiksha Guru, all my Shiksha Gurus. But we throw this term very lightly around. But in reality, Shiksha Guru, we can have many Shiksha Gurus, but one should be permanent. Therefore, there's no need to make a show of externally saying, oh, like, this is my Shiksha Guru, this is my Shiksha Guru, like this. That is, you're trying to, it is in some way you're trying to say, oh, because I'm connected to this person, it's like a false display of humility. Oh, I am very fallen, I am this. There's another thing devotees do. Oh, I am Amar Kichunai, I am nothing, I am nothing. You go to Bengal, and devotees, they roll on the ground, they say this, Amar Kichunai, I am nothing, I am worthless. They roll on the ground, they put tulsi on their head and they dance, and they do so many things. They make this false display of renunciation. So, this is, devotees have this tendency, when there's lacking of relationships, then we tend to, because we're not appointed, then we appoint ourselves to everything. We're trying to find that connection, that appointment. Therefore we do all these things. We accept everyone as my Shiksha. And then we also, not only that, another thing that what we do, then even though Guru and Vaishnava are directly present, but then they leave the association of Guru Vaishnava and they go see this Vaishnava, that Vaishnava, independently go visit all these different Vaishnavas, and then in this way they become, their faith and their Bhakti becomes unappointed, means it becomes spread out, and nothing is gained. The Vaishnavas say, if you go see a Vaishnava and you don't serve that Vaishnava, then what is the use? You're only committing offenses. You go there and you don't perform service, and then you go there and you see some fault, then what will happen? Or you go to any Vaishnava and their mood is not aligned with you, Gurudev. So many sadhus are there, even Mayavadis, they show great qualities. Very clean and very compassionate and very forgiving, very merciful. They show all good qualities, but internally what's in their heart, how do you know what is in their heart? So many Sahaja Babajis also. They are so, externally they are very, very like cordial and nice and affectionate, and they know so many nice pastimes, this and that. Then, but internally what are they doing? They're only meditating on their imaginary siddha, and they are engaging in these false meditations and committing offenses. Therefore, Param Gurudev used to say, oh, this is a Nama-parari, offender. So therefore, Asat Sangha Tyagye Vaishnava. So we shouldn't diminish the honor and the sanctity of Krishna's pastimes, diminish the sanctity of the Vaishnavas, let's minimize their status by placing ordinary conditioned souls on their level. Your Shraddha in your heart is to be offered at the lotus feet of who? Nindari Shunya Vidamipsita Sangalabhya, and to the lotus feet of Uttam Vaishnava, who is free from the tendency to criticize and who is performing Ananya Bhajan, one-pointed devotion unto the Supreme Lord. You only have one heart, therefore offer it. Surrender fully unto the lotus feet of one Vaishnava. This is the method, this is the procedure. Just like you can only have one Diksha Guru, so also there will be one Shiksha Guru which is permanent also. That will be. And therefore we should try to follow, be loyal. Try to understand what is loyalty. In Vaishnava, in the Vaishnava realm, it's very like, people they don't understand. I don't know why, but it's like if you are married, if you have a husband and wife, which is a mundane example, then obviously when you're only allowed to have one partner, that is your wife or your husband. There's no question of going meeting this person, that person, and making a relation with anyone else. what will happen? The relationship will break. So if you are surrendered to one Vaishnava and you go meeting so many other Vaishnavas, then what will happen? The trust will break. There will be lack of trust there. The Guru will see the Vaishnava and say, oh, this person is not trustworthy. He's still immature. Okay, no problem. The Guru and Vaishnava are very patient. When they offer their heart fully to me, then I'll visit. Okay, but till then, they'll be nice and blessed and everything, but their heart, the wealth that is there in the heart of the Vaishnava, that you will not get. Why? They cannot trust you with their wealth, their heart. If you give your heart to someone and they break that heart, then what is the use? Right? You give your heart to somebody and that person spits on it, throws it in the trash can, then how will you feel? Therefore, one's love should not be offered here and there. So that trust is earned by being loyal, by being one-pointed, by being under guidance, serving. Then it's like we hear it all the time about the nature of the Palidasis of Srimati Radhika. It says, Shri Krishna, Radha Padachari, Shri Krishna Sangrame Kabuna Hoi Gokami. I'll never leave Radharani's feet to go meet with Krishna. I'll never leave her association. I'll always be one-pointed to her. Vishabhana Sutta, Charana Sevane, Hoi Go Jai Palli Dasi, I'll become her maidservant. Shri Radha Sukha, Satata Sadhane, Rohibo Ami Prayasi. I'll do everything always for her happiness. And we hear how the mantra is so one-pointed to Radhika. So Radha Paksha Chari, Jajan Sejan, Jebhave Se Bhave Take, Amito Radhika Pakshapati Sada Kabu Nahi Hari Take. I'll never look at the face of anyone who is not in Radharani's camp. So we hear all these things. We hear about these moods of the Manjaris, the Palidasis of Srimati Radhika. Now try to take that mood and apply it to yourself in regards to your Guru, in regards to the Vaishnavas. Be like that. You want this Manjari Bhav, then okay, start now. Start now in the Sadak Deha, being one-pointed, being loyal. So then instead of saying Radha Paksha Chari, Ye Jan Sejan, say Vaishnava Paksha Chari, Ye Jan Sejan, say Je Bhave Thake. Amito Vaishnava Pakshapati Sada Kabu Nahi Hari. I will never leave the association of the Vaishnavas. I will never look at the face of others who are not in that mood. That means you literally don't look at their face, but means you don't associate with such people. We respect everyone, all Vaishnavas. We have honor for everyone. But we don't associate in the sense that we don't leave Guru and Vaishnava association. We don't leave their guidance. If they order us and they engage us in their service, then we engage. Independently, we don't do anything. So we hear all these things, but when it comes to ourselves, then we go here, we go there, this Baba, that Babaji, this person, that Baba, this Vaishnava, this one, that one, here and there, collecting so many mixed moods and so many different things. And then what happens? You can see the Vaishnavas in their life, how they're so one-pointed and loyal. How you see Gurudev, Jibika Goswami. All I just look at the lives of our Guru Varga, how they spent their lives. You ever hear katha of them moving around here and there, meeting this person, that person? Never. Always they are under guidance, always in association, and always one-pointed. It's when you hear about how Raghunath Goswami was offered into the hands of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Swarup Raghu. You think Raghunath Goswami is moving here and there, hearing Harikatha from this Vaishnava, that Vaishnava. Only when Swarup Damodar Goswami would come back from the Gambhira, late in the morning, midnight, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, early in the morning, 6 o'clock, whenever he would come back, then Raghunath Goswami, he would be waiting. How? Like a baby calf, he's waiting for its mother to come back to drink the milk. When the baby calf sees the mother, then it starts tugging on the rope. And it becomes anxious. And it starts moving. And the mother seeing the calf also becomes, heart melts, and immediately milk starts flowing from the breast. So So when Sarup Damodar Goswami would come back and seeing Raghunatha Swami's eagerness like this, seeing his one-pointed loyalty, then all the moods of Mahaprabhu experienced in the Gambhira, then Sarup Damodar will explain all those things. What happened there in the Gambhira? Raghunatha Swami would ask, oh, what happened? What did Mahaprabhu say? What did he do? Then Sarup Damodar will explain, oh, we sang this verse of the Venugit today. Mahaprabhu experienced these moods, he experienced these moods, and he will explain everything. In this way, Raghunath Darshan will be completely nourished. So the Vaishnavas, they are giving us everything. What are they not giving us? But yet we are not satisfied, and we move here and there, very restless. Then how will you ever advance in your bhakti? How will you ever achieve perfection? So therefore this one-pointed mood is very necessary. And then when that sambandha becomes mature, then you never diminish the honor of our Guru Varga, diminish the honor of these pastimes. You never use the terms Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Mahabhagavad Vaishnava, these terms very lightly. Why? You have someone you know their true meaning and importance, then you will only use them in the right way. Therefore, the Ras Leela, especially the passion of Krishna, these are not to be imitated in any way. It's to be honored, worshipped, and remembered. And those who spread these pastimes to everyone, we heard, Tabakatam Mritam Tapta Jivanam Bhuvikrinantiye Bhuri Dhajana. They are merciful, they are truly worshipful, magnanimous. So it's one thing you hear these things, but then you should also distribute. And when the time is right, Krishna will arrange all arrangements for you to distribute this katha. And by distribution means you will also, that time what takes place, smaran takes place, remembrance takes place. So when we are reciting Harikatha, we should not have the abhiman, I am speaking Harikatha. If you think I am speaking, then you are just speaking your own concoction, your own things. But if you have the mood that even as a speaker, you have the mood that I am always a servant, I am always a student, I am also hearing, I am also learning. And then, when you're in the humble mood, then Harikatha can come from the heart. It means Krishna can inspire the Harikatha in your heart, and then you can repeat. And then by repeating the pastime, then you also remember, you become absorbed. That's why in the beginning stage, actually, for neophyte Vaishnava, preaching is very beneficial because it helps one engage in the limits of smaran. You know, after hearing, you repeat what you have heard, and then remembrance takes place. It's very, very beneficial. And then the shraddha, the faith becomes very strong. It is the nature of faith to preserve itself. It is the nature of shraddha. Faith never wants to destroy itself. That's why you see atheists and even mundane scientists, whatever they have faith in their science, they have faith in their beliefs, in their world, in their society, whatever. If you question that, then they will become very defensive. It's the nature that if you have offered your shraddha, your faith to something, it's like giving a part of yourself. And if that is destroyed, it's like you're losing a part of yourself. Like when you offer your love to anybody, to anything, you love your wristwatch and you lose your wristwatch, then you feel pain in the heart. Oh, you love your dog and your dog dies, and oh, you're crying so much, my dog has died. So this we offered ourselves in so many places here and there, and therefore we lose. But really, we should offer our heart to the lotus feet of Guru, Vaishnava, and Thakurji. Then that love, that shraddha will be properly placed. So here he is saying that if we will commit offense of diminishing its honor and sanctity and will surely become degraded, then like the immature prakrita sahajas, they will become lusty and attached to a sensuous lifestyle. In order to determine whether a person who desires to hear and sing Ras Leela has the proper motive and eligibility, one must carefully study what has been explained at the end of the description of Ras Leela itself. found in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Naitat samara chet jatu manasapi yanishvara Vilashyat acharan modhyad yata rudra abdi jam visham. Those who are not Ishvars, who are powerless and helpless, controlled by the laws of karma, should never imitate the Lord's pastimes, even within their minds. Like a person who foolishly imitates Lord Shiva by drinking poison generated from the churning of the ocean, they will certainly be destroyed. So we shouldn't act in such a way and think that imitate the Lord and pass it anyway. Then this will be a great offense. Then you lose faith in those activities actually. Then even when you hear those activities, then they will not inspire you anymore. Because you have made them mundane. Your faith, your shraddha has been lost. Therefore these pastimes should always be kept in the highest, should be revered in the highest way. Should be giving the highest honor towards these pastimes, keeping them on top of our heads, offering our pranam. Always remembering their exalted nature. If you make something mundane, then everything becomes mundane. It's like Mahaprasad. If you have mundane mood or conception of Mahaprasad, then you lose your honor and respect for it, and then you will not be able to properly honor. You'll always be, Gurudev said, don't eat Mahaprasad, you should honor Mahaprasad. If you're in the mood of I'm eating, I'm enjoying Mahaprasad, then we'll always see Mahaprasad in that light, and we'll never be able to properly respect it. Because we've made now it something mundane. So if you want to honor Mahaprasad, then Mahaprasad should be understood. What is Prasad? Who can understand what is Mahaprasad? Said this Mahaprasade Govinda Nama Brahmani Vaishnava Svalpa Punyavatam Rajam Vishvaso Naiva Jayate. You cannot have Vishwas, faith, in this Mahaprasad, Govinda, Nam, Brahmans, and the Vaishnavas. If you have Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan, okay? If you don't have sufficient piety, Punya, here the word Punya we should understand to be Sukriti and Samskar. If you don't have proper Sukriti, pious means Bhakti means Sukriti, then you cannot actually respect the holy name, Thakurji, Mahaprasad, the Vaishnavas, the Brahmanas. You will not be able to offer them due respect. And then what we'll do, we'll see these things in a mundane way. It's like, if you see the Vaishnava or Guru in a mundane way, then why would you surrender yourself to them? So we have to be very careful how we see, how we honor and respect Bhagavan, his Tadya Vastu, which is related to Bhagavan, that means the Vaishnava, everything. Anything that is connected to Bhagavan should be respected in the same mood as respecting Bhagavan himself, not less. Then you can properly honor and respect. That same, in other words, the same attention, the same detail, in the sense that same love and mood should be given towards them. So that means when we honor Mahaprasad, then we say these prayers. We remind ourselves what is Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad is what directly Radha Krishna's mercy, not different from them. So if we don't eat Mahaprasad, we honor Mahaprasad. You don't hear Harikatha, but you serve Harikatha. And when you come in front of Thakurji, then the mood is that I am not taking darshan, but I am presenting myself in front of Bhagavan so he can give me his merciful glance, purify me. Bhagavan is taking darshan of me. Means he's giving me his mercy. I am not coming in front of Bhagavan and giving him mercy, but he is giving mercy to me. I cannot see anything. I am unqualified. When we come in front of the Vaishnava in the mood of I am a servant, you are worshipful. But we come in front of the Vaishnava, we don't come in this mood of a humble mood. We come as, I am something, I am this, I am that. Then we're not really practicing, we're not really advancing in our bhakti. So our Guru Varga, they have shown the perfect example. Just simply follow their example, and everything will be auspicious. Here, this means that if a person is not truly qualified and competent, he should never contemplate, perform, or imitate Ras Leela even within his mind. For example, when the demigods and demons were churning the ocean of milk and poison rose to its surface, only Lord Shiva himself was capable of consuming that poison. So if an ineligible person pretends to be extremely qualified and hears and sings Ras Leela, which will act just like poison for him, he will immediately die. This is, he will surely become entangled in the deadly grip of worldly life. And someone who has his abhiman, oh, this, that, and then he will fall. Since Ras Leela is the crown jewel of all of Bhagavan's pastimes, the fruit of hearing about it, singing it, and remembering it is the crest jewel of all attainments. It is the highest attainment. Therefore, those who are eligible to devotedly honor it must undoubtedly be the crest jewels of all exalted devotees. The subject is so high, so if someone is truly eligible to relish it, then he must also be exalted and high. Therefore, it said, Deva Deva Archayat. Only a Deva can worship a Deva. Only a Vaishnava can understand a Vaishnava. So only someone who has this qualification, they can actually truly relish and understand his Ras Leela. Someone who is diseased at heart, who is lusty and unqualified, should not in any way indulge in discussing Ras Leela. For example, in order to dispel nishyans, it is compulsory to attain complete knowledge by seeking the highest education in a university. A kindergarten student, however, will not be allowed admission directly into the highest level of study. Similarly, it is inappropriate to import the foremost transcendental teaching, the description of Ras Leela, to an ignorant person who is attached to gratifying his senses. That's why the Guru Vaishnava is so expert, they speak according to the level of the listener. So this is how Param Gurudev ends his annotation on or explanation of this word Ras Leela. And he's giving this strict warning that don't try to imitate these pastimes. Try to purify your heart. Try to develop, have some qualification. Try to earn that qualification. Try to be so humble and so inclined to serve that the Guru Vaishnava, they see, they automatically speak Ras Leela to you. But if you have this Bhoga Vritti, then how will they ever speak this Ras Leela to you? They can never, they can maybe touch on it. If Gurudev will go to the West, he will speak so many exalted topics. But when he will go to the West, he will speak on the Srimad Bhagavatam, then he will speak on one day on the 10th canto. Maybe 2 days. But when in India, then so many of his exalted devotees, senior Prabhupada disciples, and all the brahmacharis and all the sannyasis, and then he will speak never ending Braj Katha. So much. Because the audience was so much more elevated, and he could give so much more. So you should act in such a way to attract that Katha into your heart. When that Seva Vritti is there, then automatically the topmost opportunity to serve will also be there. And that is what serving these pastimes, especially the Sadhava says, to hear and remember these pastimes, serve them, this is the topmost boon. So we'll just read some Vila Kushmanjali. Tomorrow we'll hear the Digdash, the Gurudev's commentary on the 8th verse of that Dhammaranashtakam. In the first verse of Krishna Karnamrita, Bilamangal Thakur has used the word Jaya Shri. Chintamani Jayadi Somagirir Gurur Me Shiksha Guruscha Bhagavan Shiki Pincha Mauli Yatpar Kalpadar Pallava Shekara Yeshu Leela Swayamvara Rasam Labate Jaya Shri. All glories to Chintamani, Vartna Padasha Guru, and to my holy master Somagiri, Diksha Guru. All glories to my instructing master Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Shiksha Guru, who wears peacock feathers on his head, under the shade of his lotus feet, which are like desire trees, whose toenails are like new petals. Jai Shri Radhika enjoys the mellows of transcendental pastimes. This is the first verse of Shri Krishna Karnamrita. Krishna is so beautiful, his mouth, eyes, nose, hands, and all parts of his transcendental form are beautiful. Although Krishna's feet are not as beautiful as his face, in the beginning, Bilamangal Thakur has only described the beauty of his feet. His feet are like lotuses, his toes are like lotus petals. To the rays emanating from the tips of his toenails, Radhika is offering arati. We Gaudiya Vaishnavas do not want to hear these things. For those with the same mood as Bilva Mangala Thakur, this slok is very beautiful, undoubtedly. However, we would be more interested and pleased if he had written that Krishna is offering arati to Srimati Radhika. Instead, he writes that she is offering arati, and she is so pleased, as if she is choosing her husband and giving him a garland when they first meet. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Radhika, and therefore he relished Krishna Karanamrita. But we should try to see what Rupa Goswami, Sarup Damodar and Sri Vairavananda have said. Not what Radhika has said or what Krishna has said. So in other words, Radhika, if it is Srimati Radhika, then she likes to hear glorification of Krishna. But as a Palidasi of Radhika, the Palidasis want to hear Krishna's glorification, but in relation to Radhika. When Krishna is Radha Kanta, that is the topmost glorification. That kind of glorification will be. When he is Radha Vallabha, when he is Radha Govinda, Radha Madam, whenever he is connected to Radhika, then that Krishna, those glories of Krishna, our Guru Varga want to hear. So, but to hear independent glorification of Krishna, and Radhika is serving Krishna, submissive to Krishna, this is not what our Guru Varga desire. This is not our goal. Our goal is to perform service like the Manjaris or like the Sakis, not like Radhika. Radhika always wants to hear Krishna's name. Krishna wants to hear Radhika's name, but we must follow in the proper channel. Raghunath Das Goswami has written Shri Vilap Kushamanjali for Srimati Radhika, not for Krishna. In Sankalpa Kalpadruma, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also praised the Radhika. Vrindavaneshwari Vayo Gunarupa Leela Sobhagya Kele Koruna Jaladeva Vaidhi Dasi Bhavani Sukayani Sada Sakantam Tam Alibi Parikritam Idam Evayache. O Queen of Vrindavan, O Ocean of Mercy, playfulness, good fortune, transcendental pastimes, beauty, virtue, and youthfulness. My prayer to you who are always in the company of your friends is that let me be your maidservant, and I will always please you by serving you when you are with Krishna. I beg this of you. In his own Sankalpa Kalpajuma, Jiva Goswami has also prayed to Srimati Radhika. And all our Goswamis have done the same. This is the speciality of our Sampradaya, and we should follow this path. When we pray to Radhika, somehow Krishna himself will come in a hidden way and try to hear. In this seventh sloka, Raghunath Das Goswami is using the words ha, meaning alas. He is praying in lamentation. Hey Karuna Sagar, O Ocean of Mercy, I am so distressed because you are not looking towards me. Similarly, Mahaprabhu has prayed. Gopa Vesha Venu Kara Nama Kishora Nata Vara. You are a very beautiful Kishore with a flute in hand, calling the gopis to meet in Vrindavan from Madhya-lila. Raghunath Das Goswami has so much eagerness and he has heard about all the sweet glories of Radhika, her qualities, his movements and the sweetness of her mercy. He therefore becomes mad. Unmad means to do something that by ordinary standards is wrong. That which is right we can do, and that is our natural position. However, when we lose that thinking and do anything not to be done, that is called unmad. One should not sit on Krishna's shoulders, but the gopis can do so in unmad. They can order him about as they desire. This is called unmad. So this is divya unmad. This is unmad that is there in the spiritual world. This kind of unmad is desirable. But the unmad that is in this world, this is like Bhagalkana, madhouse, mad program. So there's only suffering from beginning to end. I want to see you offer yourself Krishna service. But then if you lose your mind, then you're losing Gurudev's property, Krishna's property. Then they have become very displeased. We shouldn't act in such a way. But the unmad of our Guru Varga, the unmad of our Braj Devis, this is the ultimate attainment. Be able to have that kind of transcendental madness of Krishna. This is Gurudev describes Manmana. Baba Madhva, Manmana. They offer their mind, their heart, their soul. They lose all awareness of who they are, what they are doing. Completely offer themselves. We'll finish here today and we'll continue tomorrow. Gaur Premananda Hare 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 जय श्री गुरुपाद पद्म की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय सपरिषदा गौर हरि की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय कत्यानि व्रत की जय व्रत पालन करे भक्त बिंद की जय अनंत गौर वैष्णव बिंद की जय सामगत भक्त बिंद की जय जनिताय गौर ब्रह्मानंद हरे हरि बोल।